All right, let's just jump right into this because it's a wild idea. You aren't just anxious. Part of your brain, deep down, secretly believes that the act of worrying is actually a superpower. It's this strange kind of magical thinking. You spend all day terrified that something bad is going to happen, and when it doesn't, your brain doesn't just feel relief. No, it thinks, see, it worked. My worrying kept us safe. Today, we're going to pull back the curtain on why our brains get stuck in this really powerful but totally false loop.
Oh man, we have all been there, right? You are just wiped out, you're exhausted, all you want is to just pass out. But the second your head hits that pillow, bam, your brain decides it's showtime. It's ready to review every awkward thing you said in 2008 and every single possible disaster that could happen tomorrow. It is so frustrating and it feels like a fight you just can't win.
So why can't we just tell our brains to knock it off? Why doesn't just trying to force yourself to calm down ever seem to work? Well, it all comes down to a really common misunderstanding about how our brains actually deal with thoughts we don't want.
I love this analogy. Think about your brain like it's a computer. All day long, you're busy, you're distracted, you're basically hitting remind me later on all its notifications. So the second you lie down in the quiet, dark, with nothing else to do, your brain goes, aha, finally, it's time to install all the updates. And it just forces the whole backlog on you. Every worry, every loose end, everything. And this right here is such a classic trap. You know what? Let's try it right now. For the next 5 seconds, do not think about a pink elephant. Whatever you do, no pink elephants. Don't picture its trunk, don't picture its color. So what's in your head right now? Exactly. The more you struggle against a thought, the more you try to push it away, you're accidentally screaming to your brain, hey, this thing right here is super important. And it just makes it that much louder. Okay, so let's get into the why. Because this isn't some flaw in your design. It's actually a feature, a really useful survival tool that's just gone into total overdrive. Your brain's problem-solving software, which was designed to keep you safe from, tigers and stuff, has kind of mutated. And now it's getting triggered by everything. Work emails, a weird text message, planning a party.
And here's the thing you have to understand. Your body can't tell the difference between an actual tiger and a scary deadline. When your brain senses a threat, any threat, it doesn't matter if it's real or just in your head, it flips this ancient automatic switch. Adrenaline, cortisol, they just flood your system. Your heart starts pounding, and suddenly you are wide awake and ready for a fight. Your late-night worry session is literally putting your body into survival mode.
Okay, now this next part is a true game changer. That physical feeling, the racing heart, the butterflies in your stomach, that jolt of energy, it is physically identical for both fear and excitement. Just let that sink in for a second. The only difference between the two is the story, the label, your brain attaches to that sensation. This is huge because it means we can actually learn to change the story. So if we can't fight these thoughts away, what on earth can we do? Well, we can start with what's called a top-down approach. That means using our conscious thinking mind to change our relationship with these automatic, annoying thoughts. And this question is everything. This is the whole strategy. The goal isn't to beat your brain into submission. It's to start working with it. It's about learning to cooperate, to hear its concerns, and then gently guide it somewhere more helpful. Let's look at how we can do that. This is such a brilliant little mind hack. Instead of letting your brain just ambush you with worries whenever it feels like it, you make a deal with it. You schedule a specific time, say 15 minutes at 6 p.m., that is dedicated worry time. So when a worry pops up at night, you can just tell your brain, hey, got it, thanks. We'll deal with this at our 6 o'clock meeting. You're literally training your brain's boundary muscles and teaching it to trust you. This one is all about creating a little distance. It's a practice called cognitive diffusion. So instead of wrestling with a thought, you just notice it, you acknowledge it, and then you let it flow by. You can literally say to yourself, there's that thought about the presentation again. Thanks, brain. Noted. It sounds simple, but that little act takes all the power out of the thought because you're not fighting it anymore. You're just an observer. And here's exactly how we can hijack that fear response we were talking about earlier. The moment you feel that anxiety building, you interrupt the pattern. Count down, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. This little action engages the thinking part of your brain. Then you immediately picture something positive, like nailing the presentation. And finally, you say it out loud. I'm excited. You are actively feeding your brain a new, more empowering story for those exact same physical feelings. Now, let's be real.
sometimes our brain is just too worked up. We're too deep in that survival mode to think our way out. And that's okay. That's when we need to switch tactics and use a bottom-up approach, using our body to send safety signals back up to the brain. This image just perfectly captures that feeling of being totally stuck in your head, right? The point is, when you're in that state, you can't always reason your way out, but you can use your body, your five senses, to pull yourself back to the present moment. And that sends a direct message to your brain that says, hey, we're actually safe right here, right now.
This is a classic tool for a reason. It flat out works. It forces your brain to stop its frantic spinning about the future and pay attention to what's real right now. Just calmly in your head, name 5 things you can see, then 4 things you can physically feel, 3 things you can hear. It's so simple, but it yanks you out of your head and back into your body, which is always in the present moment.
Okay, if you only remember one technique from this whole thing, please let it be this one. This is not some woo-woo breathing trick. This is a hardwired biological reset button that your body already has to slam the brakes on stress. It's absolutely fascinating. And it's so simple. All you do is take a sharp inhale through your nose, and then, before you exhale, you sneak in another little inhale to pop open all the tiny air sacs in your lungs. Then you let out a long, slow exhale through your mouth. That specific combination rapidly gets rid of carbon dioxide in your blood and tells your nervous system to calm down now. It's the fastest way we know of to stop a stress response in its tracks.
So there we have it. We've gone from understanding why our brain does this weird magical thinking about worry to building a really practical toolkit you can use anytime, anywhere when your mind starts to race. Let's just wrap it all up.
These are your new go-to moves. Instead of fighting your thoughts, you're going to acknowledge them. Instead of letting them ambush you, you're going to schedule them. Instead of letting fear run the show, you're going to reframe it as excitement. And when you're just too overwhelmed, you're going to ground yourself in the here and now.
And this, right here, this is the whole point. That magical thinking that your brain does, the part that whispers, if you just worry about it enough, you can stop it from happening, it's a lie. It's an illusion. Worry has never been a shield. It doesn't protect you from the future. All it does is steal your peace and your joy from the present.
All your power is right here, in this moment. It's not in worrying about tomorrow, it's in how you choose to show up right now. So the only question left is, what are you going to do today to start reclaiming it?